Okay, so part 3, speed strategies. This is maybe quite insignificant, but it's stuff that I do that I think is useful to explain. So, if you've played this game a lot, you've probably noticed at some point that the menus can be a bit weird. So say you just hold left here. Like, this is the maximum speed the cursor would usually move. But what you can do, if you press another button, like it skips. So I'm just pressing a C button. If you mash, then that cursor moves a lot faster than it should. So, quick menuing is like something nobody does because it's a risk. I don't do it. I don't really plan to do it. But when you're selecting courses, when you press right or left, there's like a short delay going from one course to the next. If you press right and you quickly press A, it stops that delay and it's faster. What it means, like, the same thing as on the character select screen. If you're just holding it and you mash the A button, that can happen, which is why I don't do it. Actually, do the C buttons work on this? No, the C buttons don't work on this menu. Or actually they do a bit. They do work. Okay. The C buttons work on this menu. I didn't know that, so maybe I will do this. But it's not as fast as pressing A, like that's almost instant. Again, I don't do it because you can really easily select the first course instead of like trying to quickly select the second. In my opinion, quick menuing is not worth it. Just because it's so easy to mess up. I used it when I made a task, like to go from that course to that course. Like, you can do it like that, but it's really difficult to do in real time, so probably don't do it. But that's quick menuing. I don't know why it works, it's just kind of the input system in this game is strange. So, quick switching is something that is significant and something I do a lot sometimes. So say you're in a weak club and you want to club up twice, you can just press up, like you can press up twice to switch clubs. That takes a few frames. What you can also do is just press up and A, and that's almost instant. And, well, the problem with this is that it's really difficult to control. Or not that it's difficult to do, but you focus on doing it and you miss, like, you might get the wrong aim or something. And in some situations you might try to press up and then A just to kind of switch one club and take the next shot, but sometimes you'll end up clubbing up twice instead. But this also applies, like, you can do it mashing other buttons, so you can really quickly club up or down. This isn't really useful if you're doing it with all those clubs, except in like maybe one situation, which is when you're doing ring shot. In this hole and ring shot, you want to use like the driver so that you can hit the ring. The best way to do that is to just kind of quickly club up. It's...
Try that again.
Because you start with a 3-iron, but you can quickly switch clubs if you press a random combination of buttons. It's quite insignificant, but like, it is useful.
Try that again.
But oh, why did I do that? So I'll just hit that similar shot again.
Oh, too bad.
So I said earlier, when you're taking approach shots, you usually want to club up so that you have a lower and faster shot. You can always use like quick switching for that. So if you switch to approach and then you just press up an A, then you're on the 9 iron already. Or you can just like hold up and press B and then A, and you'll be on the 8 iron, which is quite useful. Also, yeah, I guess that's the next thing to explain. So we have that you can quickly switch clubs like that. What you can also do, which I use a lot, I don't know if anyone else really does. So when you press B to change your shot type, there's usually like a 3 or 4 frame window where it doesn't let you start the next shot. Like that, I pressed B and then A really quickly. It's actually kind of hard to notice it, but you will notice it if you press them quickly. What you can do, you can press A and B at the same time, and it switches shot type and starts the shot. So you cancel like those few frames of delay you'd usually have. I use that a lot in an all courses run. So you switch to power shots on, I don't know, maybe 80 holes out of 108, maybe not even that. So when it's a few frames saved, it adds up to like less than 10 seconds, but like it's still useful. It's something that I just do. The thing is, it's kind of difficult to do. Oh, this is tournament mode, so it won't let me.
Here I am. Here we
It doesn't matter
go.
which character I pick, I guess. Let me see if I can make it fail. So you might end up doing something like that where you don't press the buttons at exactly the same time. You just end up like starting a shot and cancelling it right away. I mean, it took me a while to get used to it, but at the moment, like, I can do it quite consistently. It's not something you really need to do, but it's just like a speed strat. It's not that useful, but I think it's good to explain it just in case, like, anybody ever needs to use it. I don't want to hit onto the green here. But I hit onto the green anyway because...
Nice on.
Okay, let's just pull up short. So what I was talking about with approach shots, like if you were just to play the shot like that, it's quite difficult because it's going quite high off the ground. The useful thing with approach shots really is like you want the ball to stay low so that it moves on the green as if it's more like a putt. You don't want to kind of try and hit straight into the hole because that's incredibly difficult. This game is really precise and hitting into the hole will usually not work. So you want to like just go for a quick club up to keep the ball lower. And I still overhit that, but you get the point. Like, you can already see the difference in height between the 9-iron and the sand wedge is a lot. And then by the time you add topspin as well, like, that's a much more useful shot than this is. I'll play it like this and probably chip it in somehow. Okay, approach shots are weird, like sometimes they just curve for no reason. I never really figured that out. That's another reason I like to hit them low. But yeah, that's kind of it for those quick strats, I guess. There's not that much to explain. I guess one last thing, on this menu, I think most people do like left or down and left or whatever to get from Plum to Metal Mario. You can actually press down left and get there in one move, but it's quite difficult to hit that direction because things like that can happen and then you'll end up on the wrong character. Like, that's maybe a few frames slower. You can kind of fudge it. But going straight from one character to the other is possible, it's just difficult. And switching colour doesn't actually make any difference, but yeah, like, the input in this game is sometimes a bit weird, and getting used to it is, yeah, I guess it's like the fact that the input system is a bit broken sometimes is why you can do quick menuing and quick club switching. You just probably don't ever want to try and switch courses too quickly because it's like, maybe it's worth it on Yoshi's Island, but again, like, if you press A at the wrong time, you're on the wrong course and you're losing time already. That's why I don't do it. So if you get the timing right, you can literally just mash and like, you switch between all the courses in frames. But yeah, that's probably something I won't ever do anytime soon, because like literally just switching like that, it doesn't take much time and it's infinitely safer. So yeah, that's like the basics of quick switching, which is not that important, but it's a useful speed strat to know. And that's it for this part.